Welcome back, my herb nerd friends. I want to introduce you to one of my favorite plants. Now, this might take a while, as this one's been used by so many different people and goes by so many different names. It goes by the name of milfoil, soldier's woundwort, it's been known as Carpenters Herb, and many other names, including the noble yarrow plant. You know, the first time I started talking about this herb, I was 5 years old, and my dad said, "Yarrow, teach these herb students about yarrow." And I went, okay, I'm right here. This is what I look like, and we shared a lot of medicinal benefits. Yarrow grows all over the world, on all but the poorest of soils. It loves open fields and cliff sides and all these different parts of the world. It's a perennial plant with a woody type stem, these millions of tiny leaves, and a shield-like flower that is known as a corym. Now its roots grow along the ground and connect to the other plants. It has quite a strong, characteristic odor. Ooh, so do I! You can get this smell by rubbing the stem, and you can tell there's some major medicinal essential oils in there. Now this plant was used all over the world, and the whole plant was used. Not just the flowers, but the leaves, the stems, and the roots, all for different purposes. This is considered the king of the diaphoretics. What does that mean? Diaphoresis is to sweat, to pull out toxins through the skin. So the natives would use this mostly for sweat lodges and for fevers and infections to help cool down blood stagnation, pull out toxins, and get the blood flowing and moving. Now it has so many other benefits. It's also named carpenter herb. A sprig of this was put into the belt of a carpenter before they went out to do their work so that they wouldn't get cut. And if they did, well, they'd have the perfect healing tool for that. Now the flower heads are arranged like shields, as you can see. This is a doctrine of signature for its protective qualities. So the Latin name milfolium comes from the fact that it looks like it has a million tiny little leaflets. This is also another doctrine of signature for the fact that it is great for perforations and skin cuts and any kind of wounds and damage. Hence its name, soldier's woundwort. It is one of the most healing and beneficial plants for clotting blood and stopping bleeding. In fact, it's even been shown to help a nosebleed. We just roll it right up, stick it right up our nose. Just like so. Whoa! So we use this in salves and oils and other forms to help put on the skin. We also can make a juicy poultice, whether that's a spit poultice or anything along those lines, and put them right onto packing wounds. This root has got analgesic properties. What does that mean? That means to stop and numb pain. So a good trick I used to play on my friends when I was a kid, I'd be like, "Oh, you gotta try the yarrow. It's such a great medicinal plant. Just have a nibble on the root." And they'd go and nibble the root, and their tongue would start to go numb. So they'd have this, and it'd get all tingly and all this, and it was a great fun trick as a kid. But that's kind of how it works, is it helps numb and dull pain and ache. So if we've got a major infection, we might want to nibble on yarrow to pull out a little bit of that. Now if I start talking like a goofy goon, it's because I've been eating yarrow. This plant is a great companion plant. It is combined with all kinds of other herbs in herbal pharmacy. We use it with plantain to help stop that inflammation and wounds. We'll use it packing it with comfrey if we want to help to rebuild cellular tissues. We might also use it in replacement of other herbs if we can't find them, such as for bruising. This is one of the best replacements for things like arnica when it's not in the area. Many women's materia medicas encourage to use this plant as a regulator to the female system from puberty to postmenopausal years. This doesn't mean all the time, as this is quite a strong tea, but to use it every so often to help tone and encourage better health in that area. It has been used as not just a uterine tonic, but also for any kind of blood issues, whether there's too much menses or not enough, to help regulate that whole cycle and system. Yarrow can be used as a douche, a compress, a sitz bath, or as an internal tea anytime during the reproductive years to help unblock stagnation. So very, very valuable women's herb. The big thing to understand about yarrow is it helps to alleviate stagnation, helps to pull out blood stagnation. So if there's any kind of stasis, we know that blockage creates stagnation, creates friction, creates imbalance, creates health issues. This is a plant that helps move that whole process along. My father, Dr. Terry Willard, has used this plant very successfully as a tincture and a tea for people who are going through chemotherapy. And after the radiation, this can be a helpful plant for helping pull that toxicity out of the body. So That leads me to think that maybe this is one of the best plants for a polluted planet that we live on. This flower essence has the positive benefits of helping bring more compassion and awareness, as well as sensitivity to the healing aspects of life. It is a very beneficial plant for leaky aura syndrome, when we're feeling bombarded by other people's energy and we don't have that ability to help protect ourselves. Yarrow can help do this for us. Now, the different colors of yarrow flower essence have a little bit different aspects on different parts of our archetypal influences. The white is a little more mental and spiritual, whereas the pink is a little more heart and emotional. So sometimes when we start to see the yarrow flowers going from white to pink, we know that they're bringing more of that heart energy back in. I feel as though yarrow is a very sensitive herb and yet masculine at the same time, having both those feminine and masculine qualities. So very much intertwined into a universal for all people's plant. Now I hope to strive to be that in my healing practice as I embody the name yarrow. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, but I do feel very akin to this plant and I'm happy to connect with it. Thank you, Yarrow. Email. Just a second! Oh, there's just so much going on, so many people need me. I wish I could just snap my fingers and get out of here. Whoa!